Hey peeps, good evening. I hope you're all doing well. Well done. You made it. You got through Monday. Monday is ticked off. So well done. Start of the week is in the books. I hope you don't mind. I just wanted to put a quick video together just to cover off a few things regarding our mini WE series that starts tomorrow. I've had a few sort of DMs and messages about a couple of things. So and a few questions. So I just thought that just putting a quick video together might be the actual easiest way of addressing some of these. So hopefully this helps. So let's just get straight into it. So I've had a few questions about the dropped round. The series does have a dropped round, so your worst result will not count. And if you can't make a result, that's okay, because your worst result doesn't count anyway. So if you're looking at the series thinking, oh, I'm not going to join because there's 6 rounds and I can't make all of them, it's fine. If you can only make 5, your worst result doesn't count anyway. So if you can't make it, you only your best 5 count. So it kind of makes sense to do it that way, I think, because 6 weeks is a long time. People have lives outside of sim racing, including myself. So yeah, I completely get that, completely understand it. So I'll probably always chuck a dropped round into these type of series and these type of events, I think. So yeah, that's the first one. So let's just get into kind of the nitty gritty when it comes down to the driving standards and what our expectations are really. The reason we join these type of series and these type of events is because we're looking for clean, competitive and safe racing. So let's just jump straight into it. So overtaking rules. Safe passing. Drivers must ensure that overtakes are executed safely. It will be the overtaking car's responsibility for avoiding contact, maintaining control and ensuring that sufficient space is going to be available between the 2 cars. Okay, track limits, quite simple really, no overtakes off the track. Your overtakes must be completed within the limits of the track. So if you pass off the track, or if you force another car off the track during your overtake, it's a bit of a no-no, guys. It's probably going to result in a penalty. All right, so yeah, if you do happen to overtake and you may have misjudged it slightly or overcooked it and you end up going off the track, but you're still ahead and you're unsure, the best thing to do is just to give the place back. Give the place back, because if you give the place back, there will be no penalties. There's nothing to review. Talking about giving the place back as well, I'm just going to cover this off here as well. If you are you're attempting an overtake and you misjudge it and you hit the other car and it results in them losing some time, but you've managed to get ahead, I don't really want to see that, to be honest with you. I don't mind if you make a mistake, it results in the car that you're attacking losing a bit of time, but you wait for them and you stay behind them. That is fine. There's always, in one of the other communities that I was in, there was always this kind of unwritten rule that you know, we're only human, we all make mistakes, and if you do make a mistake that results in you, like, I don't know, spinning another car, then wait for them. Because if you wait for them, it's not going to result in a penalty for yourself. I would prefer that we don't see any of that and that all of your overtakes are completely controlled and there doesn't result in anyone being turned around. But I totally get, we're all human, we all make mistakes. So if you do misjudge it and it results in you spinning another car, please wait for that car to rejoin the safe and then rejoin the track, sorry, and then safely tuck in behind them. Okay. So that's track limits. Defensive driving. So you're allowed to defend your position, okay, but you're allowed one move to defend your position. Any additional moves or any moves under braking are considered illegal, really, and it could result in a penalty. So I don't want to see you changing and deliberately blocking to hold on to a position. You're allowed one move, stick to it. I also don't really want to see you trying to break the toe. I would prefer to just see you make one move to defend your position, and if that means that someone's got a slingshot, got the slipstream, and it means they're going to get a run on you, then so be it. I don't really want to see F1 trying to breaking the toe as you're going along a long straight. Okay, so that is defending your position. Corner rights. Now, we've spoken about this a fair bit over the last couple of broadcasts. I think I've made my opinion on this pretty clear, but let's just cover it off again. So if the attacking car has its front wheel alongside the defending car's rear wheel before the braking zone, they have earned the right to the space to attack. Okay, they've earned the right to contest that corner. If you're defending, that car is not just going to disappear. So you need to be really mindful of that when it comes to taking your line while you're trying to defend that corner. You need to leave sufficient space for the attacking car on the inside or the outside. Okay. It'll be down to the defending driver to leave sufficient room. Late braking. We might have some Danny Ricks in here. I'm not sure. I don't really want to see people just licking the stamp and sending it. All right. Normally, late brake overtakes just result in a collision because you're not really in full control of the car. You've dived up the inside, and it's just going to result in you probably like turning the other car around. So yeah, don't really want to see that at all. 9 times out of 10, it leads to a collision. Now, we do all make mistakes or misjudge our braking point from time to time. I think we've seen Noah on more than one occasion misjudge his braking, and then it's resulted in an excellent overtake because he's had no choice but to go down the inside. But I'd prefer not to see that. Okay. By the way, any crashes, right? Okay, that are caused by a late brake maneuver will more than likely result in a penalty. Okay. Blue flags. So don't really expect to see too many blue flags tomorrow because it's only a 30-minute race, but I'm sure we will as the season progresses. So the lapped driver must allow the faster car to pass at the earliest safe opportunity. Okay. Now, I don't expect you just to roll over and let the faster car go by. Okay. There's not really kind of F1 style rules here. But I would expect you to allow them to get by within a lap. All right. The important thing here is that if you are being lapped, is that you just remain completely predictable. Okay, so the worst thing you can do is to slow down excessively, go off of the line, your racing line, to try and allow cars behind the lapped car to overtake. The safest thing for you to do is just to remain completely consistent and predictable, and allow the faster car to make the safe overtake. Okay, there are some extra points regarding blue flags in the Discord info rules section, but I'm not going to cover those off now or go into too much detail because I don't really think we're going to see too many blue flags tomorrow. But yeah, just have a read through. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Okay. So the next one is track rejoins. So this is really a big one for me. We all make mistakes. You might end up off track. You could have made a mistake and you've had a crash or whatever, but it is your responsibility to make sure that you rejoin the track safely. You need to make sure that the track is clear before you even get back onto the track, okay? And then you should really check again before you go back onto the racing line as well. All right. So have your track map radars on, so you can see where people are on the track. That helps massively when it comes down to rejoining. And make sure you've got your, if you're not racing in VR, just make sure you've got all your view buttons mapped so you can look left, right, or whatever. I apologise about my dog barking in the background. It's a little bit hot in here, so I've left the door open so she can be in the garden, but she's plainly barking at the neighbours. So yeah, anyway, she stopped now. We'll just leave her to it. Okay, if you do have a big crash and you're like 90 degrees, like in the middle of the circuit, and your engine stopped or whatever, and your car's completely broken, I have not got a problem with you teleporting to pits. Actually, I would prefer that you do. Okay, some places they don't like it if you teleport to the pits, but for here, I would just prefer it. If you think that you're in a position on the track where you could be a bit of a liability, then please just return to the garage. Okay, return to the garage, serve your locked controls for, what was it, 2 minutes I think, and then get back out on track. I'd much rather that than further crashes, because you're like literally stuck in the middle of the circuit. Okay. I would encourage you to also use the Discord. We have the voice channels in Discord, so I would encourage all of you to go in there, especially at the start of the race. Just say hello to some of the guys. If you want to stay in there during the race and you want to, like, I don't know, deafen yourself, if other people talking is a bit of a distraction, that's fine. But you could, you know, if you had a crash and you think that you're in a bit of a dangerous position, there's nothing wrong with you just shouting in there saying, I've had a crash, I'm on the exit of Lesmo 2 or something like that. Let other people know, because if it was in the real, if it was a real race, then you'd have a race engineer telling you the same thing. So I haven't got a problem with that. All right. I think that is pretty much it when it comes down to sort of our rules of engagement and stuff. I'm not really going to go into sort of pit stop etiquette too much at the moment, because you haven't got to do a pit stop tomorrow. Any race over 60 minutes, you will need to do a pit stop. It'll be a mandatory pit stop, and I do have some expectations when it comes to like pit exit. But we'll cover off those in a bit more detail at a later date, I think. But most importantly, you're here to have fun. You're here with like-minded people that just want to enjoy some competitive racing, some clean competitive racing. So just remember that. Respect everyone in the community. We've seen some epic races over the last couple of weeks on some of our broadcasted events. So I've got really high expectations of you all for tomorrow's race. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, last night's race around Monza was brilliant. We had like 2 or 3 really good ones. Sadly, the last one wasn't too good. It got a little bit crazy because we ended up with a massive grid. But with this being a sim grid event where everyone's had to register and everyone gets scored and safety rated and all of that, I am really expecting it to be a good event. So I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, you're here with like-minded people wanting to enjoy the same thing as yourself. So remember that. Most important thing is to have fun, because that's what we've all come here for. So yeah. Any questions in the meantime, you know where I am. But hopefully this has helped clear up some of those questions. I'll probably do a very quick driver's briefing before we head into qualifying tomorrow. So we've probably around about 10 minutes left to practice. I might ask if any of you guys want to jump into the briefing room with me, so you've got the opportunity to ask any final questions before we head into qualifying. But yeah, like I said, hopefully that's helped. If you do want to run a custom livery, just make sure it's uploaded to Awesome Sim Racing. It's added to the collection. I will sync them all up probably around about 6:30 tomorrow in preparation for the race. If you can't make it for whatever reason, please make sure you withdraw, so you're not taking up someone's spot, because we are running out of spots now, especially for the GT3 class. We could do a few more GT4 drivers, but let's just see how it goes over the next day. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video. If I do think of anything else that I've potentially missed, I will whack it in the Discord. But yeah, this one will be going up on YouTube, and I'll link it in the Discord so you can all see it, and you can all view it. So yeah, that's it from me. I hope you have a great Monday evening. Don't think we're going to be doing a broadcast tonight. Just got a few things I need to do for preparation for tomorrow, and also we're racing tomorrow night anyway. We've got our the start of the WEC series, which yeah, super stoked for. The servers are up, so you guys can hop in. You can hop into the practice server, or you can hop into the race server. So yeah, just one thing before I do sign out. Again, really appreciate all of the support that I've had from the community over the last few weeks. It has been phenomenal. The growth is super, and it's all down to you guys. I am going to drop some news about running a special event when we reach 100 subscribers, and I don't actually think it's going to take us too long to get there. I think we're close to 70 when I was making this video. So yeah, really good stuff, guys. So again, yeah, thank you for all of your support. It means the world. So yeah, I'm looking forward to speaking to you guys tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your evening.